What's up? Amanda
Hi,
is
y'all.
Amanda is
See,
first today.
there's my sourdough loving wife.
I, you gotta talk a minute. I gotta reprimand a German behind me because he's
Oh
getting a little
God.
mouthy.
What up, Stefan? It is Wednesday already. It's kind of slow here, so it's not flying by like I wish it was, but that's okay. We're due for a little slow period. It's been nonstop. Like I'm so slow I can't talk without spitting on myself, apparently. What up, Matt? Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Matthew Stefan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Mr. Schlott on the other night on Smash Masters.
Yeah.
Now everybody's going to Germany.
Everybody's going to Germany. I'd love to go there at some point.
Walking on the treadmill.
No, he's walking in the treadmill.
Oh, perfect.
If you walk on it, it'd probably be better there.
Yeah. Walking into it don't work very well.
You knock yourself out.
It just hurts a lot. God. Love
Anyway,
Matt.
we're a bunch
He's
of
spelling
nerds.
bee champ. And he gets called out for every one of them. Okay, spell, okay.
That's the difference between North Alabama and South Alabama. At least I can spell.
You can. What up, dry guys? I'm real good.
Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, we got another
great show
tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. We was hearing some stories already, and it's gonna be really cool to hear them live and a little more in depth.
Exactly. So yeah, we got another back to back motorcycle dent guy. Of course, that's not the only thing he works on, but he's one of the top ones that does work on motorcycle tanks and fenders. But yeah, great guest. I've actually been wanting to get him on for a little while, and we got
to navigate his tattoo sessions.
Yeah, that and we've had a list, and sometimes we stick to the list, sometimes we veer off of it and then kind of forget and come back to the list. And
yeah,
anyway, glad to have him on. So let's go ahead and get him on. Mr. Tory Jenkins with Dent Shark Paintless Dent Repair.
What's up, Tory? We'll talk like we haven't been talking for the past 30 minutes. What up, Slot? There he is.
You have a German. So yeah, how you been, brother?
I'm been good. Been good. Finally getting some rain here in Pennsylvania. We're need it really, really bad. So good rainy day. But yeah, been good.
Now, how far are you guys from Pittsburgh?
From Pittsburgh, I am 4 hours.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I wouldn't think Pennsylvania was that big to get anywhere in 4 hours and still be in the state. I don't know. You think it's like that small?
It's like from east to west. I think it's 6 hours.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, right around there, maybe a little less, but yeah. Because I've been out to Gene's shop a couple times, like when he did the Toys for Tots or whatever, or we go out to Steelers games and stuff. So it's 4 hours on the money.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking if you were kind of close, and the next time I'm up there at Gene's, I'd come over and see you. But 4 hours a little bit too much further.
Yeah, we're gonna take take a day to go see Tory real quick. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Are you a Steelers fan?
Yes.
Oh my God! All right, click. We gotta go.
Oh boy,
I'm a Ravens fan.
All right, that's all right. Have you been to a Ravens game?
No, never gotten to. I don't want to go to Baltimore. I'm not going to lie.
It's not that bad.
Really?
My son goes down every year for games, and he wears his Steeler garb, and he doesn't have no issue or nothing down there. It's not like Philly.
Right. Yeah, me and my right. Yeah, Philly gets dangerous. Me and Melissa said he got a friendly back and forth when there's Steelers Ravens games. Like we respect each other's teams, but we still get our little smack talking in when we can.
Yeah, there's a tech from Baltimore, Stephen Green. I don't know if you ever ran across him. He does the kids for car. He gives a car away. Him and his group give a car away every Christmas to a family that's in need. And he's a big Baltimore fan. And actually, I've been to a game in Baltimore and ran it. Our seats were probably within 20 yards of each other. It was funny. As funny as all heck. But yeah, he's a good dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody give a car away for family in need, they're awesome people. So that's huge.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. It's called Cars for Care, I think it is. I'd have to look it up. I'll post it on here later. But I try to share the link every year when he's doing it and stuff because he takes donations and stuff. So from people if they want to donate, because like they'll buy a used car, get one donated, and then he'll do, if it needs paint work or if it needs paintless dent repair, he has interior guys comes in, they do everything, and then they'll fill it with gas, get gift cards, all that kind of stuff, and then Christmas morning they actually give it away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people have to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think people have to be submitted to want to be in need of the car, and then he puts it down, and then on Christmas Day is when they decide, and when they give it away. So he'll go out, him and his group go out Christmas morning and give them the car. It's pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
I love about this industry. A lot of big giving hearts in this industry. It's pretty amazing to be in.
Yeah. Yep. And he has a big group between detailers and PPF guys. And then there's some guys that really aren't in the industry that actually are part of it as well. It's a pretty neat thing that he does.
Awesome. Yeah.
Because a big group like that can get together and do all the work, it's almost not a whole lot of, I guess, material and parts involved. I mean, I guess there are, but still, if all you're paying for really is parts and material, I guess. Yeah. All the labor is pretty much taken care of.
It don't feel like work when you're doing something like that either. Like you're doing it kind of, you don't even think about it as work.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, I care less about NFL now. Back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, I loved it back. School days and all that, but I can't stand that crap.
As an Auburn fan, I don't know why you care about college football.
I love college football.
You're an Auburn fan. Why?
Right now? Oh, heck, I'm all about basketball right now.
Same
college
here.
Basketball.
Yeah, same here.
That's one thing I can never get into is basketball.
I can't watch the games, but I keep up with it. Like I hate the shoe squeaking; it drives me nuts.
I can watch them when your team's actually number one in the nation. So
yeah, Florida's on an uptick now. We're finally doing something again.
Yeah, I like a lot of auto racing and stuff like that. Like not so much NASCAR. I'll watch the first 10 minutes of a race and the last 15 of a race, but for the most part, we have a lot of dirt tracks in our area up here, and with coming into speed weeks, we were watching Flo down in all the races down in Florida, all the dirt track stuff, super late models, sprint cars, all that kind of stuff. And then we're getting ready. Probably the end of this month, a lot of our tracks will start opening up.
Yeah.
And I don't know have you ever heard of Williams Grove Speedway? It's a big 410 Sprinter World of Outlaws track, and I'm about an hour away from there. It's pretty.
Outlaws are fun.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's real racing.
It's all dirt.
All dirt. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I grew up going to I-30 Speedway in Little Rock, Arkansas, and that was a huge sprint car track. And we'd go 10 times a year. I mean, that's 9 hours from us.
Yeah. Yeah. I raced karts back when I was a kid. Well, I shouldn't say I was a kid. I was in my 20s. We were racing karts, and oh my God, that was so addicting, so quick, so fast. And then got out of that for a while, and then I ended up, a friend of mine got into like a street stock, they call it, or a slide stock. It's kind of we run Chevy Monte Carlos or Novas, and real basic, nothing real nuts. And I was helping him for a while. He had a spare car, and he's like, "Do you want to jump in the spare car?" And I ended up racing that for a season or two. And then my son wanted to race, so I sold all my stuff and bought him a cart and got him racing. It's just, yeah.
Hudson said in your 20s, so like 1960.
Yeah.
You got to jab the old jokes in there.
Wait, Hudson, are you waving? I can't see your hand. Are you waving, Hudson?
Oh, I have his hand right here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'd go there. I had a friend, he was a year younger than me in high school, and he raced. So we'd go to Pensacola every weekend, every Saturday. I'd go with them, and I was his one-man pit crew and stuff. His dad worked on the engines. I'd swap the tires out and stand on top. Man, it was so much fun. And we were big NASCAR fans back through into the early 2000s.
It used to be a lot better.
Until Earnhardt died. Now we watched it for probably 5 years after or so. And then it just got to the point where it's just
well, like Tory said, you can watch the first 10 laps and the last 15, and that's where all the action is. In between, you might as well just get you a good nap in.
But we'd go to the races and stuff, and that's when back when My first time at Talladega, the back stretch was still wooden bleachers, and you could walk all the way to the fence with no netting right there and stand there when they're going 200 mile an hour. It just blows.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then they changed all that. And, that's back when it was fun. There were no regulations on stuff. Now everything's regulated.
Yeah.
I was a NASCAR fan, Hudson.
Pocono's about an hour from me, and it's the worst track to go watch a race at. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, for a minute and then wait another minute.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's how Talladega. Talladega is the largest track, 2.8 miles or whatever. So
Bristol, baby.
If you're I've been to Bristol.
I love Bristol.
Well, it's fun, but for a NASCAR race, it's not, because they can't. It's just they're all right there together the whole time.
That's where all the action happens. They beat the shit out of
action.
It's too many cautions.
Yeah.
Now, back when I'd go to that I-30 Speedway, there were no cautions unless it blocked. It impeded traffic. They'd fly off the side, go off the track, still green, baby. Here they come. They come right back up on it, and they start racing again. That I like. I can't stand cautions.
Back in the day, the Bristol night race, you couldn't get a ticket to it. You could not. It was sold out forever. And I don't know if that's the same. I don't think it's the same anymore, but it was the hottest ticket to get.
Well, what's cool is Bristol at Christmas, they do lights, and you can drive. You drive the drag strips, then you end up on the track. You drive around the track for the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
We've done that one time. It's fun. We had Amanda's little Nissan Rogue, and I sat there at the entrance, like waiting on everybody to get out of my way. She's like, "No, you're gonna get us kicked out." I was like, "I don't care. You gotta go fast. It's Bristol, baby."
Yep. They started doing the lights at the Mobile International Speedway.
So are you close to Bristol?
I'm about 4.5 hours. But that's where my wife's from, up that area. So,
okay.
Yep, she's a mountain girl.
Mountain girl.
Well, we got to talk about how you got into PDR, Tory. We've been talking about racing, and we haven't even got to the juice of the show.
You there? Or we must be lagging or something.
Yeah. See, man, Mom knows what's up. Bristol's the best.
I think Tory's frozen.
Either that or he's really good at
Tory, you may have to log off. I don't know. There you are. There you are.
Are we good?
Yeah.
You were frozen there for a while. So how did you get into? Let's go back and get to how you got into PDR. Like, what were you doing before? How'd you find out about it? And kind of give us a background all the way to where you're at now.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. All right, Tory, you may have to log off and log back in. Hey, log off and log back in if you don't mind.
It was working great before the show.
Yep, just
yep.
This is fun.
There he goes. Yeah, he started freezing up there for a minute.
Yeah. Rob said he did a ride along at Kansas City Speedway, 185 miles. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We had blast. Mom said max headroom.
I know, Mom. Y'all say Bristol's the
it is
the best. It's nothing wrong with, like, so when I went. Well, device. Here we go. All right, let's try this again.
All right, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
No problem.
All right, so let's go back to what you were doing to find out what PDR is and to where you're at now. So give us that story right there.
All righty. So I worked as a painter at a Oldsmobile dealership. I don't know if you guys ever heard of those cars, but Oldsmobiles. So I was a painter at an Olds dealer in the late 80s to the mid 90s. And I had to get out of painting started getting sick from and it wasn't so much the fumes, it was the chemicals itself. And how I found PDR, to fast forward a little bit, was after I was painting, I went into a family business doing land surveying, and I was a land surveyor for 15 years plus or minus. Hated every minute of it. Nobody ever needs their property surveyed for a good reason.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. And I hated it. And it was a family business. I was supposed to be 5-year plan, and then I was out. But anyways, I needed to move on to get back into the automotive industry at a full-time thing. So I was like, man, what could I do? What could I do? And I was on YouTube, and I went down the whole web of Tom Price, and somebody else had videos out there of PDR, and it rang a bell in my head. When I was painting, we had a guy come in. It was 1990, 91, and I was working on an Olds Calais, and in my blend panel was a dent. And this guy came in. We had to take the car from my bay, put it in the undercoating bay so nobody could see him. And he came in with his tools and a burlap military bag, and took him back and locked the door behind him. If he needed something else, he locked the door behind him. And when we couldn't see what he did, we were just like, man, this is magic. Me thinking about that got me on YouTube, and then I went down the whole thing and thought about it for, probably about half a year. Talked to a couple people because I had a lot of contacts in the industry yet from working at dealers. In high school, I was a lot boy at a Ford dealer and stuff, and I knew a lot of people in the game, and they all were encouraging to me to do it. My old bosses that I worked for at the Olds dealership were like, if anybody can do it, you can do it. So met up through racing a common friend that knew a dent guy from Allentown, PA, Andrew Shanley, and he and I started talking. And he already had 2 employees or 1 employee at the time. Wasn't looking for a new one. Wasn't looking to train anybody, and very much so protective of what he had. Yeah. And so we talked probably a good 3 months off and on. And finally he said to me, he goes, you know what? Call me when you get your training. And that was it. So he pushed me to the edge. My wife was really like pushing, go, go, go. So did my research, ended up training with a Jedi PDR guy. He flies under the radar so far, but let me tell you what, he's really, really good. His name's Chuck Runfula, and he's out of Destin, Florida now. He is Dentrix is his company, and trained with him. And my very last day of training, Andy called me because someone told him I was down there, and he's like, "Yo, why didn't you call me?" And I said, "You told me not to call you until I was done my training, buddy."
Yeah.
So and from that time on, he pretty much mentored me through it. And Andy's younger than I am, probably I think about 10 years. And he mentored me.
I'm a lot younger than you, Tory.
Yeah. But he mentored me all the way through. And to this day, we have a great relationship. If I need a hand, he comes up, he gives me a hand. If he needs a hand, I'll go give him help. Trade work. We trade work back and forth all the time. I recently got him into motorcycle PDR. He was kind of, he brought a couple tanks up to my place with the vise, and we went over everything. And then he went and got himself a vise and everything. And he's doing a lot more of it. I don't know if he enjoys it like I do, but he's doing a lot more of it. And that's how I came to get into the industry. And awesome. It's been a little over 16 years now.
Nice.
And no looking back.
Love it.
So when do you start having a shop?
I had a shop pretty much right away.
Okay.
And my shop was actually my old race shop from when I was racing stock cars.
Gotcha.
It was behind my house. I used it to house, it was extra storage for the race cars and some other stuff. And then when I trained, that became my shop. And right now I have 2 bays. I rent I rent my shop, and I'm not going to tell you how cheap it is. It's really cheap. And the only problem is I have apartments above me, so I have to be like I don't try to be in there after 6:00 at night unless it's hail. And I try not to start before 8:00 in the morning because you can hear a mouse fart in there. Yeah. So, so I try to be conscious of what's going on with that. But my shop has expanded to that now. So it's been pretty, and it's by appointment only. So I don't
Mhm.
sit there one day or every day and wait for work to come in, because where I'm at, I'm in the coal lands of Pennsylvania, and it's rough up here. I'm about 45 minutes, 50 minutes away north of Mannheim, PA, which is there's a ton of Dentex down there and stuff. So I go a little bit south from here. I go about 30 miles south of here, but that's as far south as I go because it's saturated pretty heavy down there.
Mhm.
Most of my other work is up in the north in the coal lands, and it's tough. It can be real tough going.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm lucky to be in an area that's not saturated.
Same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm the only dent guy in my town, and that's nice. I don't know how I'd act if I got another one. I'd be like, I don't know what to do.
There's been comers and goers, and then there's been a few that have come in and talk to them or whatever. I'm not threatened. I don't take as a threat when someone new shows up because I was new. And in my area alone, just in my county, probably within 10 miles of me, I can count 7 dent guys.
Wow.
And we don't step on each other's toes. One's a full-time chaser. The other 2 own car lots. So they train themselves or were trained by a guy that was a hail chaser that came in to do hail for him. And then I have, a guy that's 20-some year tech, and he doesn't really talk to me or nothing, but so when a new younger guy comes in, I don't really get threatened by it. I'm pretty secure in what I have with my accounts and my body shops and what I have, the name I made for myself, retail. But I encourage them, and I'll try to help them wherever I can.
Absolutely.
Because I was the new guy. I wasn't the young guy. I was the new guy.
Yeah.
Well, it pays to have that network like that too, so you can kind of work with each other. Like you was talking about the guy that kind of helped you along. Like,
yep,
you're able to help each other out instead of fighting each other all the time. That just makes life so much smoother.
Yes. Yep. And do you guys know Billy Goodrich?
Oh yeah, I know Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Billy's about an hour north of me.
Okay.
And he's come to help me. I've gone to help him. If he decides to chase a little bit, then he'll send me, hey, can you go up and do this, or you want to go do this type stuff. So, and our accounts kind of mesh a little bit, overlap each other a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's just people like that you meet all over, and it's better to work with them than be against them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Billy's a nice guy. So
Billy's a good dude.
That's kind of text that, like, I'm the same way. Like, I want to work with everyone, but they've got to be able to want the same. And you're always going to have those that don't. They don't.
Yeah.
Like the 20-something year tech you're talking about don't even want to talk. Really don't want to converse. I've got some older techs here that you just can't, like, they're not on social. They don't have websites. It's hard to get in touch with them, and they just want to do what the little bit they want to do, and that's it. And then that's fine.
Yeah.
But
some of the best hail chasers, fastest hail chasers. I know a lot of guys will get on the internet. Oh, I'm the fastest. I'm the best. The guys I've seen, they are not on social media. They could give 2 shits. They're grinding they're out there doing their hail thing, and they work as much as they want to work. And then when they go home, they're home, and you don't hear from them. But I had a guy working for me. I'm not going to drop names, but I had a guy working for me, and the body shop couldn't keep up with the R&Is. And it was just, they were just like, dude, we can't keep up with this guy. I went out there to do a job because he had to take off to go clean up a job that he was on previous. So I went out to cover, and they rolled the car and saying he missed stuff. And I'm like, there ain't no way he missed stuff. And there ain't no way. And they're showing me the car. And I'm like, he didn't miss nothing. The person, after they had the car fixed, parked it under a nut tree, and it covered with nuts. And I'm like, but and his work, I mean, it was incredibly clean. I haven't seen a tech that fast that does that clean of work in years. And it was just,
yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot to claim that they're the fastest and stuff, and I've heard of some techs that you don't see them on social and that I've heard that, like, they are so fast and clean that it's like a ghost. It's you've heard the names, but you never met them, and it's like, I want to see these people. I just want to watch them. I just want to just sit back and watch, not even talk to them and pick their brain. I just want to watch and see why they're so fast and how they're so fast. That's why I was so happy to be able to work with Jaeger for multiple times. Just sit back and watch him and stuff. And it's
slow as tech. I think a lot of it is they're not distracted by the whole social media and the whole everything else. They're just kind of like they're doing their job. It's their 9 to 5 or whatever, how many hours they want to put in. And I would really like to know the number of techs that are out there that really aren't on social media that we don't know about it. I mean, I'm sure it's a pretty big number.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Stevenson, is that the Tory Jenkins?
Oh boy, here we go.
So I mean, we're 26 minutes in, and he finally shows up.
Yeah. What are you doing? Sleeping? Tory's probably happy he waited that long. He's like, that's 30 minutes I ain't got to worry about.
Probably chasing chickens or something.
Probably. It ain't the chickens, it's the kids.
Yeah.
But no, it's like Jaeger with the hail. Like, you don't hear a lot out of him. I mean, he'll comment stuff on Facebook, but you don't hear that much out of him. And he's a beast when it comes to hail. He puts his head down and just makes it happen. The Daniel Grom.
He's on the phone with the Daniel Grom.
You motorcycle tank guys are tight, ain't you? Like, everybody, Brandon just talked to Grom, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm left out.
Yeah, it's either that or you get the random phone call from Kevin Bird. You just
every day,
and the phone rings, and it's like, Kevin, okay. What are you doing, buddy? Nothing. I'm in my shorts. How are you? Well, I'm standing in 10 inches of snow trying to shovel a car out. Why?
Hold on, I gotta polish this car.
Yep.
He called me today. He's good for about at least 3 times a week here.
I love Kevin. I love the random phone calls. They're the best.
Oh, me too. Yeah, they're great.
Or he's like me. He gives them left lane drivers hell, and
with his Borla exhaust.
We'll both cuss them out on the phone at the same time, and then you'll hear the Borla exhaust. Hold on.
I haven't heard from him in a few weeks. I guess he's mad. He might be mad at me. I didn't go to MTE.
Oh no!
Nah, he ain't gonna worry about that.
You'll hear from him tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he called me a week before. You're coming, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not coming. He's like, really? And I'm like, no, I think that was the shortest conversation I had with him. Okay, then.
Got to move on to my next 30 callers. I don't know how he does that. And like, he gets a lot of work done in a day. And I'm like, how? Like, you talk to everybody in the industry. How do you get all that work done?
I think in one lifetime he was not a telemarketer. What was the old ladies that would plug in the?
Oh, an operator.
Operator. That's what he was. Yeah.
We knew Tory would know what that was.
Really?
I set you up. I knew. I was just waiting. I was like, Tory.
Come on, I'm only 57. It ain't that old.
Oh, goodness.
It's all right. I tell everybody Brandon's 60, so.
Yeah. I'm 45. Andy's 43, 44.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm the baby.
To be 40, maybe I'm in my 40s again to be awesome.
I feel like I'm 57 now.
Burn. He knows the story. That's when he turns into his grumpy old man stage, Steven. 40. Oh, you're youngin'.
That's been nice to be 40 again. It's 40. When I hit 40 is when everything started hurting and,
I don't know. 30 it started tingling. 40 it started hurting.
I was good until 40.
Yeah.
After 55, you just don't give a shit.
Right. Just keep on
Everything
rolling.
hurts.
Just try to survive.
Yeah. Everything just goes numb.
Yeah.
So, well, cool. Well, we're halfway. I mean, we'll go into who you are outside of the PDR world.
Yeah, we're going to get some good stories here.
I'm sure we may come back into the PDR world, but
we always do.
So yeah, let's dive into. Are you married?
I am married. I am married 35 years. With my wife 39 years. We got married. I was 21. She was 20. Nice. High school sweethearts, but we didn't go to the same high school. we worked at Burger King together. That's where we met.
Nice.
I'm sure there's a lot of stories about Burger King.
We're actually one of 3 couples we all worked together that got married, and all 3 couples are still together.
Burger King of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once a year, I take her back there, and it's not on our anniversary, but I take her back there. I'm like, hey, we live in the same town as where it's at, so you can't hide from it.
Right.
But, so we've been married, and she is a bank executive. She's a senior vice president and chief retail officer of a bank in the Poconos. And she's been in banking almost since we've been married. She's been 30 some years. She's been in banking. We have a 25-year-old son who is now getting his master's in sports management. So he'll be done here in May. And
I'll have to talk to you about that then.
Yeah. Sorry. Hopefully he can find some job close to home, but it's going to be tough to see if that is it. But I was back to PDR a little bit. I was involved in NAPTART as a board member for quite a few years. And then I was the secretary for NAPTART for a few years until stepping down and stuff. Still a member. Great group of guys. What else? I don't know. I like riding my motorcycle. Do a lot of long distance motorcycle riding.
Yeah.
I like tattoos now. I only started that in my 30s. So yeah.
Nice.
which is why you didn't come on last week. We ended up putting Grom on last week because you had to get some shading done on.
Yeah.
We had John last week.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I had my tattoo artist is a year out with appointments, so I had the initial line work done, and then it took another year to get back in, so I couldn't move that around.
Yeah.
As much as I love you guys, I needed my ink therapy.
We're not that important, trust me.
Why's your favorite color blue? Hamby said your favorite color is blue.
You make a tool in blue, and if it's cool, I'm buying it. Where tool companies I don't know what it is. It just started with that. And it's in my logo and which my son and my wife designed the logo for the company logo that I have.
Awesome.
And it just seems as though everything I get has blue in it somehow or some way. And I don't know. Thanks, Hamby.
I got to read this. Mom's comment was fire. Burger King, where apparently one can have it their way.
Well, the story with that is she was the bun lady and I was the meat man.
Flame broil. Yeah, Amby's got it right. He's like, here goes Brandon. He's got a blue tool. Yeah, make sure you get that Kiko bed cap removal tool. Hopefully it'll all be back in stock. I know they were coming in batches. One little batch came in and that went to fill some back orders. Another batch or more is coming in by the end of this week. So that'll catch up on some back orders too. So yeah, go ahead and get your orders in. Anyway, back to Tory here.
You see Brandon light up when he said blue. If you make a blue tool, Brandon's like,
yeah. My favorite color was always blue. And but like some reason when I went with my, even after I started the business, like I didn't go with green until a little bit later. A couple of years in, when I finally changed my logo around to what it is now, I went with green for some reason.
Well, the green really pops.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
I like blue until I quit Den Wizard, and I was like, screw blue. I hate it. Like I hate blue now. They turned me against the color. That's what that company did. Where's the beast?
Where's the beast?
Even my Harley's blue. Well, my motorcycle tank logo I have for doing the motorcycle PDR is actually my bike that I had an artist in Arizona do the rendering for me for my T-shirts and stuff. So everything I have, not everything I have, but most of my stuff that I really, really like has some kind of blue in it. Now, I just last year bought a classic car. I needed something to do with my time when I wasn't pushing dents. So I went and bought a Monte Carlo SS.
Oh yeah,
an 85.
That sucker's fine.
It's an 85, and I'm doing a motor for it. And I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So that's black and orange and red stuff. So, but
what kind of bike you got?
I have an 11 Ultra Limited. Yeah,
You was talking
2011
before.
Ultra.
You was talking before the show. You drive it to California and everywhere. Like,
We did I lost my brother about 6 years ago to cancer. And my brother was an avid motorcyclist, cyclist, everything. And one of his things that he always wanted to do was ride from coast to coast. And when he came down with cancer, one of the things that we talked about to try to help him get his mind off of it, and he was on the road to recovery, was like, you and I are going to do this trip together. Mm-hmm. And it didn't happen. So myself, three of my friends, and one of my brother's best friends went on the trip. And we went from New Jersey to Northern California via Sturgis, Yellowstone, Reno, came all the way through and then down the coast. And then we shipped the bikes home from Vegas. So we did about just under 6,000 miles in 2 weeks. Wow. Is what we did.
Crazy.
Yeah, we like to do a lot of long distance ride, and that's what the plaques are behind me, kind of memorabilia from our trips. And last year we rode to the Keys from Pennsylvania. That was brutal. From but Florida sucks to ride in. It's horrible. There's nothing good about riding in Florida.
There's nothing good about driving in Florida.
No,
even in a vehicle.
No, luckily I did that earlier that year. I was down there with my wife. We drove down to Hollywood, Florida to Margaritaville, kind of a patched together vacation. We went down there for a couple of days, did some other stuff, and she has family in Florida. And driving down in that area in the car, I was like, there's no way I'm riding my bike down through here. There's no way. So we went all the way inland to through Homestead and then down into Key Largo. But the worst part of the trip was from Key Largo to Key West. It's like 35, 40 mile an hour all the way down through there. You cannot speed. You cannot. It was just so monotonous. We got down there. It took us 3.5 hours, and we get down there. We're like, oh shit, we got to turn around and do this. Go back.
Yeah. What was we thinking? I said turn around since we started.
Yeah. So then when we came back up through the Gulf Coast and then up in through up to Maggie Valley, we went up to Maggie Valley and then came home that way, that way and stuff. But we do a lot of the stuff we do is long distance stuff. Like I said, I'm not a ride to a bar, get a drink guy, and ride to the next bar and get a drink guy. If we go out for dinner on a Saturday on the bikes, like 4 or 5 of us, we'll ride 2.5, 3 hours away just to get dinner and then ride back.
That's awesome.
So and but that trip I did, that was for my brother, and it was a really cool thing to do. Once in a lifetime. I said it was once in a lifetime, but I just told my wife, I said, my 60th birthday, I'm doing it again, but we're going to ride out and back this time. We're not shipping the bikes home. Yeah.
So, well, you can go all the way across Northern, go down the coast, come back I-10, come by Eagle Dent Repair, Mobile, Alabama, then you can go back up.
Well, we're gonna do a southern route out, and then we want to do a southern route out, and then kind of dip out into Texas, and then come up backtrack a little bit into Colorado, and then we're gonna go, instead of California, I think we're gonna go into Washington and Oregon, and then come back the complete northern tier all the way back.
Plan Dixon, Tennessee in that route too. Come right on through.
How long of a trip do you think that'll take?
We're going to allot 2 weeks, so we'll leave. It'll be just over 2 weeks day wise. We'll leave probably like we did last time. We left on a Friday afternoon. We left, and we didn't get back. We planned it. Last time we planned it over Memorial Day weekend, so we had the holiday weekend. So we did it. I forget how many days it ended up being. Just under 20 days. Or something like that. So we'll do probably the same. I'll allow 2 weeks with the weekends and stuff.
But isn't that, with Memorial Day, that's a lot of traffic on the road too, though.
Right? Well, we flew home Memorial Day, so it wasn't terrible.
So you flew home Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But this time you're going to drive, though.
We're going to drive home. So I don't know if we'll do it then or not. It's tough. I gotta adjust it with the business too, because it's only me.
Yeah.
And I want to do it early in the season, because if we do get hail, I can't be off gallivanting on the bike for 2 weeks and then missing out on that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you also want to do it when there's no snow on the ground too.
Well, yeah. We were in Yellowstone. We couldn't get up to Beartooth Pass. That was still snowed in. We actually got chased out of Yellowstone by snow, sleet, and freezing rain down to Jackson's Hole. No cell service, and I'm trying. I have a full face flip helmet, and I'm on the phone with my wife with my Cardo, and I'm trying to get her to. I just said, listen. I said, we're going to Jackson's Hole. Get us 2 hotel rooms for 8 people. I said, I don't care what it costs. If the guys are pissed off, I'll take care of it. Well, it ended up being a motel, and it was $380 or $390 a night for both. It was crazy, but we needed a place to bunker down. It was sleet and snow, freezing rain. It was brutal. It was.
I'm like, Amy, if you plan a trip, you will get a hailstorm. That's how that works.
Yeah. Well, Mr. I sold my motorcycle. He doesn't ride no more either.
I can't say nothing. I ain't got one anymore.
I never had one. If I would have got one, I'd have been divorced. So my wife had a friend that had a crotch rocket when we were dating, and he broke his arm. As soon as he got the cast off, he jumped on it, left his girlfriend's house, did a wheelie, and hit the tree at the end of the road and killed himself. So yeah.
Mom says, sound like you might have your iron butt patch.
No, I'm actually going to work on it. You got to do. I think it's 1,200 miles in 24 hours or something like that. I forget what the exact thing is, but I'm going to try to do it in the next couple of years here.
Awesome.
Gotcha. Well, if you get a sidecar, I'll go ride with you.
Brandon with his little glasses. He'd be in a sidecar as tall as you on the bike.
Yeah, I need it.
Is that what got you into motorcycle tank repair? Just doing, riding and all that?
No, I did motorcycle tanks pretty much. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, me too.
I did motorcycle tanks pretty much from the time I got in it, and in the first few years, like when I started to get halfway decent. I mean, you train. It takes for a while to get. First 5 years are a struggle, and I used to hate it. I hated doing them. And I started paying attention to more what Daniel was doing. Talked to Daniel at MTE a couple times. And so I finally figured, you know what? I'm buying everything. I'm just going all in. I'm buying the vise. I'm buying the tools, the whole 9 yards. And just by doing that, how much easier that made it for me and for you, for anybody, is incredible. You're not trying to fix a dent on a bike. You're not trying to strap it down to a table. And motorcycle, like someone posted today, I forget who it was. They've on the motorcycle PDR page, they posted a CBR tank, and he had a really good way of mounting it. And that we all can push dents. And I wouldn't tell if you're not a seasoned 5-6 year tech, stay away from tanks for right now. Just, it's a different animal. Mm-hmm. But the other side of it is you have to be able to think outside the box to mount them, and figure out how you're getting in to get to the dent, if fuel injection is an issue, or it's a sport bike and everything, and just, okay, I can get a tool in there, but now how do I mount it that I can see what I'm doing to get a tool in there? Yep. So, and Hamby and Daniel, we did a class last year at MTE, and we covered a lot of that stuff. Like you hear a lot of guys talking like, oh, just fill it with air. I wish
Hamby could comment at the same time you said it. Compressed air, Tory knows.
Yeah. Oh, it was insane to see with this tank. This guy called me about fixing. It was a rice or a Asian bike, and rice. And it wasn't a rice rocket. It was a. I forget what it was, but. He called me and he said, I want to see if you can fix this. And he was explaining what happened to it. And his friend took and put pressurized air in it. And it took the tank and it butterflied it. It looked like he butterflied a lobster.
Yeah.
And and the guts came out of it. And it was just like, because when you're freezing them or you're putting compressed air, what?
You say, he's like, can you fix this? And all the welds are gone. And
no, it was all intact, but it was like, it was all like bulged. I mean, it just, the tank is supposed to be this wide.
Yeah.
It took it like this.
Jesus
They
Christ.
did because you think about it, you're throwing compressed air in there. It doesn't know where that metal's supposed to be. So it's taking, it's going to move whatever it can. Same thing.
It's not finding a dent, just beating the crap out of it. It's getting all of it.
It's just, it's getting all of it. And I just looked at it and I'm like, no. I said, that tank's garbage. You know, there's nothing. Stand in the middle of it and wrap it around your foot, maybe, but I don't know what else to tell them.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things we went over with there because that's a lot of, you see it like on Steven's YouTube page. You get a lot of guys that are just on there to harass him or whatever. Oh, just fill it with air or just do this, just do that. And it's like, no, it's not gonna.
He said tank looks like a $2 hooker.
How would you know what $2 hooker looks like, Steven?
I mean, he is south of Atlanta, so.
Some custom fit for any tanks. Chris said.
I'll have to look at that. Yeah.
They're like you'll see the ones where they fill it up with water, you know, like overseas and that, and they'll drop the
firecracker
in there. Yeah. And, but the old fill it full of water, freeze it, and all that. And I've seen pictures of welds just
gone.
I mean, it's just.
Yep. Amanda wants me to get in motorcycle tanks, and I have no. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good with.
Keep sending them to me.
That's fine. You Hamby, everybody, y'all get them here. Go
to Hamby. Just send them to me.
Okay.
Him and I are in a bidding war right now for one.
That's hilarious.
But it's. I like the comments. People, you got to be careful with your tool in there. You don't want to scratch it; it'll blow up. You had gas in it. It's like, no. Stop! No.
It's double walled.
It's double walled. Yeah.
Oh God, that's every Harley tank is double walled. I hear that all the time.
Yeah, and it's fun. I enjoy doing it. The Harley people seem to be like they're a little more appreciative than car people.
Especially they got custom tanks and stuff like that, like a one-off, custom paint and everything. Like they do not want to paint that thing again.
No, they really don't. You're 100% right. But I mean, Tesla people are really weird people. Motorcycle people, it's like they'll give you your firstborn if you fix the tank. They're like, you did what? Here, you want a baby? No,
right.
It's just, and you wouldn't think it, but that's just how they are.
More fulfilling, Hammy said.
Yes, very much so.
I love that.
Yeah, Mom gave me.
Go ahead.
She gave a dented tank to an E-car. She gave me another dented tank she had, so she got a lot of dented tanks laying around.
And that's the best thing. If you're thinking about getting into it, anybody out there is thinking about getting in it, get yourself a used tank, but get yourself the tools and the vise.
You got to have the vise.
You have to. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of guys come up with their own unique ideas or make their own vise, but it's still a dedicated fixture for what they're doing. Which, to me, hey, that's because I make a lot of tools. I shouldn't say a lot of tools. I make a crown that I have for leverage when you're levering fixed fenders or whatever. So you're not riding on the vise itself. And then I just came out with the fender mount to mount the fenders to the 2x4s and stuff. So I'm always thinking, like, when I'm doing something, I got to keep doing it over and over. It's kind of like, what, I'm going to see if I can make something to do that.
Yeah. Right.
So just like you with your thing for the cap tool, you were playing with that for how long, and it's just now you finally got something that you like, and
finally move forward on it. But no, the crown tools, man, I've had them since first came out with it, and I absolutely love them. I haven't got the fender mount thing, and I need to.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, I sell them, but they're not. They're expensive for what they are, and because of the cost of what cost me to get them made. And I normally get a run of 10 at a time made, and then, or do I do an order for a pre-order first so I know who wants them, and stuff, and then get them. I have to do a run of them again probably here. My nephew, or my wife's nephew, makes them for me actually, but he's got 100 irons in the fire, so it takes a while to get them done, and then But
we'll talk about custom paint jobs and all that on tanks. I mean, you think about it, until you get to some of the newer Harleys that have like just the matte finish and stuff like that. Just about every Harley tank is a custom paint job,
right?
It's still The base coat, clear coat ones, stuff like that. Not the matte, but I mean, they're still hand painted pinstripes and stuff underneath.
Not what.
Well, they were.
I'm gonna break your. I'm gonna
Well,
ruin your perception here. A lot of aside of the CVOs that are numbered or custom painted, you'll see a lot of Harley tanks that'll have the flames on it. That's actually a decal buried in the clear.
Well, I'm not talking about the. I'm talking about like a lot of the
right,
there's a lot of, but a lot of the actual pinstripe on there, like if you get to looking at it, a lot of people think it is a vinyl, and some of them may be still on just the stripe and that, but you can see the actual paint mark on a lot of them underneath that clear. And you know, you get the people, I can get a new tank and paint it for that much.
Okay, do it.
Harley will never give up their process that they paint their tanks with. You can replicate it, what it looks like, just like a car. It will never be as durable as that Harley.
But. Yeah, the Harley plant in New York, PA. That's about an hour from me here. That's down toward Manheim and stuff. And their custom painter that was doing all their custom stuff, he actually left Harley and opened up his own shop. And all the dealers in our area and throughout I would say a lot of the East Coast were sending their stuff to him to get repaired. So if someone dumped the bike or wrecked the bike, they weren't trying to go to Harley, because Harley, you're talking anywhere from 8 months, 10 months just to get that tank back, So this guy here was doing on his own. He kind of got into some personal issues, so I don't know. Some of the guys weren't using him no more, but he was really, really good and he had a corner on the market. On all of that stuff. You figure you're doing all in the dealership or in the factory for all these years, and now you go out on your own, and he knew everything he needed to know to do it.
Yeah.
Amy's asking about a story about PDR job you did, and then the dealership ended up repainting it. The dealer had it repainted.
Yes. Yeah. Well, here I actually fixed this bike a second time. It was a Fat Boy. And if you look on my Facebook page or whatever, you'll see it has embossed flames in the tank. And it's kind of like tin art, And that was probably one of the first major big dents that I fixed, that I was just like, holy shit, this is, that was cool. I fixed it, and they gave it to me for a push to paint. I ended up taking it back to the dealer 2 days later, and they're like, well, I think you fixed it. Well, I did fix it, and they couldn't believe it. And here they had to replace the fenders, or the front fender on it. And there was nothing wrong with the back fender. It was a front fender, and the tank had the dent in it. And when they replaced the front fender, they could not match the paint. And so fast forward to this past fall, this guy gets in another wreck with this bike. So now the paint's knocked off the tank, completely knocked off. It's all scratched up. And they said, hey, the painter don't want to get Bondo in around these embossed flames. Can you do the dent and stuff, and then we're just going to send it out, have it repainted. I'm like, okay. Well, I didn't know this tank was painted from the last time I fixed it. So I had to take a flapper wheel and take all the paint off of it down to the bare metal to fix it, and put black tape on it to fix it. And when I'm doing it, I'm like, wait a second, this thing was painted like 3 times. I'm sitting there counting the rings. I'm like, what the hell?
Like a tree.
I took it back to the dealer, and I told them, and they're just looking at me, and they went, well, after you fixed it the first time, we had to send it out for paint because they couldn't match the paint. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And they're like, no. He goes, and I got paid good money on it, so I really didn't care. But it was just a shame that they painted it. And when I cleaned the paint off, you could see how bad the color was off compared to what the tank original color was. It was bad. It was like an Oreo cookie. It was maroon. It was Oreo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Amy's the guy that made me really know I didn't want to do tanks. He brought his setup down to Matt Moore's first meetup, and I'm like, I'll tinker with it. I went over about 2 minutes, like, nope, I'm good. I'll roll out.
He does some wild shit. He does, some of the stuff that Steven takes on, it's like, wow, I'm old. My shoulder can't really take a whole lot of that. So
I can imagine. What's the average price of a tank repair?
It averages. I don't start tank repairs, like even for something the size of like a eraser and a pencil. If I got to mount it and everything, it's like I'd start at $245, and then it goes up. I've done jobs over $1,000, or well over $1,000. I do a lot of insurance work. So and that really picked up over COVID, because when we had COVID, for them to get anything out of the Harley plant, you were talking a year or better to get anything out of the plant. So they started having me do more push to paints, more this or that. And then if it was something that I thought I could get, well, then I was able to charge all but I don't gouge them, because I'm not into that, but I could almost charge full retail on that job. Some of the jobs takes you an hour. I'm not going to hit them. I'm not going to hit them $1,800 for something that took me an hour. I have a little more. I don't know. I just can't do that and feel and sleep at night. I can't.
Yeah. Right.
No, I made a good money. Don't get me wrong. I charged them what I felt was right and what should be right. And the insurance, they pay off of my bill, so it wasn't like they were paying them $2,000 to replace a tank, and I showed them a bill for $800. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. So they're paying off of my bill.
Hammy said, "You softy." Just kidding.
Yeah.
he also said nobody ever accused him of being smart.
No, not even a little bit.
Right.
Not even a little bit. But myself, and Daniel, we'll talk. Steven and I talk a lot, and Daniel and I probably once a month or so we'll shoot the shit or whatever, or text each other over something or whatever. So it's neat. The three of us have that connection. And there's a lot of really, really, really good motorcycle PDR guys that are posting good content on that site. Levin Homer, he fixes some really mashed up stuff. There's a few other guys. I'm sorry, I can't remember names.
Jerry Kurt's been doing good.
Yes, and there was a guy that just posted the tank that was all bare metal.
That's Daniel Kraus. So he's new. He's doing some great work.
Grommy mentioned that because he took a file. He's like, I don't see many people take a file to it like that. That's smart.
Yeah.
No, that's old school. That's old school body work.
Yeah,
back in the day, we used to do all that.
When it's bare metal, it's great. I remember the first aluminum one I did. It was just bare aluminum, and oh my gosh, when I got it close, there's not much thing. You just file that sucker, ever so slight. That's what somebody commented on Daniels or whatever about filing it or whatever. Oh, don't that make it too thin? You can't. Not if it's done right.
No, that aluminum was probably, if I had to guess, that aluminum was probably a heavier gauge than what you'd have like a tin Kawasaki tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all. I mean, when I was doing body work painting at the old dealer, we had a lot of did a lot of file work on our stuff before we'd lay mud, on anything, or skim coat stuff. We did a lot of filing work. I don't think you could do that on a Subaru today, but
no, you burn right through that thing. You can't sneeze on a Subaru without messing some shit up.
No,
soft.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'll leave that to you guys. I'll keep sending everybody to Brandon or whoever. I know Jack Bucknell does them too.
Yeah, Jack does some nice work.
When he's home.
There's another guy out in Long Island. Oh my God, I'm so bad with names. Getting old sucks.
Same.
Well, that was the post you were talking about earlier on with that CBR tank or whatever. That was Doug Helios.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Doug.
So Doug does them.
Yep. But like I said, like what he posted on there, that's half of the thing is being able to get it mounted that you can actually fix it and see what you're doing and all that. That's why Chris Dale. Yes, exactly. Yeah, he works for. I think he works for the New York Transit during the day, and he does the dent stuff kind of as a second job and stuff. But he does some really nice dent. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's another really good motorcycle tech out there. There's quite a few. There's another company in Jersey that does a lot of stuff. But yeah, there's more and more guys getting into it, and some of the guys are really pushing the limits on what can be done. And me being the older guy, it's getting harder and harder and harder for me to do the big smash on the Harley tank because I pay for it that night. I pay back.
I'm sure.
But it's like I said, it's the gratification that you get out of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I
used to do quite a bit, and then we got hit with hell for 3 years in a row, and I backed off doing tanks. I needed the space and stuff. And
try the insurance angle.
Yeah. Well, I used to do a lot
dealers.
for the. Well, I used to do a lot for the dealers and stuff, and that's why I sent Grom yesterday morning or this morning. I can't remember what it was. We were talking about. I used to have a mobile setup that my old truck would have had all my tools in when I was still mobile too. Had a bed slide and stuff, so I wanted the mobile setup that went in the hitch, but extended out far enough that I could have the tailgate down and the bed slide out. And so basically, I built my own version 2 stand on anyway, it was, so I sent him some pictures. I finally found them. It took a while to find them suckers, but yeah, I'd go set up at like the local one here, when they would do a 3-day, like show and stuff, they had all their old their used bikes outside, and they've got bands playing. I'd go for like Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoons, and I'd have an old tank there. Kids walking by, I'm like, "Here, you want to hit this tank?" And they're like, their dads are like, "No." I'm like, "No, take this hammer, hit it right here."
Yeah, please do.
Make sure it's in a spot that I can, boom, knock it out real quick, and man, you get a lot of work like that.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of bike night stuff. Like I'd go and sit up at the Harley dealers when I'd have a bike night and take a Harley. I have my stand mobile that I could take it and just kind of on a big wooden plank, and I'd bang a dent in it, and they'd sit there and watch me. And that was the thing. Like when we did the class at MTE, Steven brought his version 2. I brought my version 1 down there, and probably I would guess 2/3 of the class, people that were in there, never pushed on a tank, and that's what we wanted. We wanted them, to come over to the last 15, 20 minutes. I'd put like just a small shallow dent in it, and I'd hand them the tool and say, "Find your tip." And they sit there and they're pushing it and they're looking and they're looking and they're looking, and I'm like, and it's kind of.
That was Andy's problem.
That was me. I went on Hamby shit at Matt Moore's.
I'm not going to lie to you. I have that problem today. Still today, you're sitting there, you're working on something big, and you're like, "Where the heck am I?" And you're just pushing. Oh, there I am. And once you find where you're at, you're like, okay, now I can go to town on it. But I still, there's times, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I called Hamby. I'm like, "This thing's killing me. I can't find where I'm at." He goes, "There's not Bondo or nothing in it, is there?" "No, there's not Bondo. It's just my angle and the way I had the tool. I was just getting so frustrated.
You know what helps with that? Using a line board.
Oh my God. Here we go.
If I'm having trouble finding my tooltip on a tank, you put a line board there, you will know exactly where you're. I'm not saying you have to fix the whole thing, but I keep my little line board suction cup right to the side. So if I have trouble, like the last one I did had baffles in it and stuff, and I'm trying to go around the baffles, and it was hard to find the tip sometimes. Put that line board. Oh shit, there I am.
Yep.
Lines are for coke addicts.
How would you know about that, Steven?
Oh man.
His $2 whores.
Oh yeah, $2 whores. He's been doing coke off a hooker's ass, I think, once in his lifetime.
He doesn't live close to Atlanta, so there's
that. Oh boy.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, well, we're over the hour mark. I mean,
I know we can 10 minutes on your personal life and 55 minutes on motorcycles and motorcycle tanks and PDR.
Well, it's been fun, guys. It's been fun. I really enjoyed it. You guys do a great job with the show.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, Justin Chamberlain, he can just comment on it. He's a good dude. He's from my area, and he and I met at MTE years ago, and he introduced myself, and that we became friends. And I can remember eating lunch with him one day. He was in my area, and we were eating lunch, and he's like, "Man," he goes, I don't know what, it's so tough getting going." And he was, 2-year tech or so. I forget how. I'd be lying if I told you exactly how long. And I'm like, "Man," I said, "if I was your age, not married, nothing tied down, I'd be on the road, make your bank and do it." And then look, and he's out on the road now. He just bought a house in Texas. The kids, he's doing really well for himself, and he's a hell of a tech.
Yeah. He likes to send me cat balls calendars. So I'll get some in the mail from. I'm like, "What calendar we get this year?" It's cat balls.
Oh boy. But that was another thing, the whole networking thing and talking to other, not being afraid to talk to other people.
Like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't talk to him much. Ever since 2-3 years ago when he took my truck, he borrowed it to go somewhere at MTE, and
yeah,
I go to check out. I go to check out the next morning. I can't find my damn truck anywhere.
Oh no!
He parked
it
at
5 miles.
I'm like, you asshole.
I can see him doing that.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Andy said, "Grown close to Tory over the years, real value our friendship.
Really value our friendship." Like you.
Yeah,
yeah. I guess I got to be the dad figure a little bit. I don't know. At least
Shuddy.
Somebody
got
me.
No, that Justin's doing a great job, man. Everybody I've heard that he's gone out and pushed for and stuff like that, just
nothing but great things.
I've never heard a bad one. You hear all the bad every year, and I've never heard anything bad on him.
Mm-hmm.
So
doing it right.
Looking to hire somebody. There you go.
Yep.
He'd
Exactly.
definitely get my recommendation.
Absolutely.
Shuddy, his shop's. He and I've been trying to meet up forever. His shop's only about 2 hours away from me, and it's just we can't make it happen.
I've been over there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be living there. I'd be like, hey, it's me again.
I'd be afraid to be trying to make me. I'd be afraid to be trying to make me do some PPF or something.
Yeah, right.
Or just for
because he's never working. If you ever watch his reels, he's not working. Everybody else.
Oh, they're awesome now. I love his new platform. Like their reels, it's all fun now, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I could talk all night long, but
thank you guys.
Absolutely, thank you.
Getting home, but don't when I hit the end button, don't just leave. We'll say our goodbyes afterwards. But anyway, no, we appreciate you coming on, Tory.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Yeah, hope you have a busy year.
So get that hail.
Thank you.
Go ahead and schedule that bike trip so it hails.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah, thank you all.
We do, and commenting and everything. We don't know yet who we're gonna have on next week. We got a few people I think kind of talked about. Anyway, Tory mentioned one earlier, and I looked him up, and yeah, I may want to get him on too. But we'll see. We'll let y'all know. Maybe Monday before we let you know who it is. But
it might be when we know.
Yep. Again, appreciate everybody coming on, watching. Thanks again, Tory. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.